Morning, everybody. My name is Justin, and I hope it's not a shock, but you're here at the second day of the Liquid Energy Conference. If you're not meant to be at the Liquid Energy Conference, you're in the wrong room, but it's very nice to have you here anyway. I hope for those of you who don't actually live here that you had comfortable accommodation and slept well last night. I must say, it's nice to see a drop of rain. I don't like it when it rains on my head, but recently in Germany, we have had no rain for many, many weeks. And I looked at the weather forecast, and it's still not raining in Germany, but it is here. But I must say, very refreshing. Like yesterday, we have a number of presentations. We are also quite international today because we go from Norway to Lithuania, back to Poland to Germany, and back to Poland again on a variety of topics, so we are looking forward to that. We also have an important ceremony, as you can see on your program, at 11:45, which is the signing ceremony of a Memorandum of Understanding for Cooperation. It says here that I should do a bit of a summary of yesterday's proceedings, and that will just take really just 2 minutes, and then we can go straight to our plenary session with our first speaker. So yesterday we heard from Pavel, who spoke on the Liquid Energy project, and although it finishes at the end of June, the project had achieved its objectives, including a tangible output, and that most importantly, even though the project itself was coming officially to an end at the end of June, it was not the end of the overall journey. Marta, who spoke from the South Baltic Programme, firstly talked about the Liquid Energy project from the context of the South Baltic Programme, and then he moved on to speaking on the new funding programme 2021 to 22, under the banner of United by the Sea into Action for a Blue and Green Future, Innovative, Sustainable, Attractive and Active Baltic Sea. And I like that thought, that the Baltic Sea does not separate us, but actually we actually are united into action because of this common area. Krasnia talked on the impact that the Liquid Energy project on climate change mitigation, and amongst other themes, this included changes in multiple climate indicators, the fact that emissions of greenhouse gases have continued to increase since 1990, and liquefied biogas as a driving force for development and use of green energy technology. Pavel then spoke again on the liquid energy in terms of addressing micro and nanoscale biotechnology. And secondly, he also spoke on empowering communities overcoming energy access challenges with a focus on third world countries where there is no energy access, no infrastructure or limited infrastructure or high costs, and the opportunities this presented together with potential solutions. Adam spoke on the energy transition outlook under the banner of The Future is Now, and that collaboration will be the new fuel in the decarbonisation journey. And his presentation also covered key issues and facts and figures relating to fossil fuels, biofuels, and the current status, as well as predictions concerning various geographical regions in terms of energy demands. Excuse me. Tommy spoke on the situation in Sweden concerning biogas support schemes with the question of make or break, where he talked about how the support schemes were working in Sweden, and with a particular challenge regarding the revocation of a tax exemption for biogas and the associated numerous problems this had caused and had which yet to be fully clarified in order to reintroduce it. In the afternoon session, we had a panel where we discussed several issues in terms of key challenges and how optimistic we were in hitting the targets that have been laid out from 2030 to 2050. We then moved to Michael, who actually, a very unique start to his presentation. He got us to exercise to ensure that we were ready to hear him. I realized this later. Of course, he wanted our complete focus, so we stood up, moved our arms around a bit. Very, very novel approach, and it worked. And he spoke on the theme of Beyond Gas, Rural Electrification, Hybridization Opportunities on Nigeria, which covered a number of topics, including Nigeria's gas reserves, challenges in securing energy accessibility, policies driving renewable energy adoption. And then to close yesterday's conference, first day, Kai spoke on the micro-energy container and the technical information for both this as one of the 2 pilot investments under the liquid energy project, the other being the mobile refueling station. So that was about 2.5 minutes from about an 8-hour day. I hope I was pretty accurate. But nevertheless, whatever it was a very useful, informative day yesterday. That brings me to today then. In a moment, I'll invite our first speaker. Just one thing. Could I just ask that with your mobile phones or your smartphones, you just put them on silent mode to save any distractions, also to save you from any embarrassment. I also just checked mine before because it would be funny if my mother decided to ring in the middle and I was the one who told you to switch off your phones. My mother has a habit of doing this to check how I am. So without further ado, unless Pavel, is Pavel here in the main room? Has he got anything to say? I can't see him, so okay.